On the right side is the main door, and there's another fence next to it that brings you to the backyard. There's a left side and a right side. Well, in your screen it might look different, but this is my left hand and this is my right hand. When I'm telling you, bring my items to the side door on the left side with big letters, left side. Tell me how one night, it was like 10 p.m. I ordered something, I don't remember from where. I called the person, I texted them, I put in the instructions, I said, please make sure you bring it to the side door on the left side. Guess what happened? I get a message that my driver is here. I go to my door to start getting the stuff. There's nobody there. I go outside and I find the car parked in the driveway. My landlord's driveway, which we're not even allowed to park there. They're parked right in front of their main door, and they're leaving everything in the backyard. When there's no door, there's no house there. Just in the backyard, in the middle of the backyard. I go outside, I'm like, hello, excuse me, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, you said the side door. I'm like, there's a side door on the left. This is a backyard. Where do you see the door? Ridiculous. And my landlords were not happy with that either. So thank you. Thank you, Instacart and DoorDash. Y'all doing me amazing every time. Thank you. Thank you.
Is it me, or do I feel like we've all been lied to growing up in elementary school, middle school, and high school? We were literally all taught that going to college, graduating will mean, we would all get, good jobs, good careers, a lot of money. And that's not the case now. It's hard to get a job. Jobs are not paying that much. Most jobs aren't paying that much. It's close to minimum wage. And employers do not care whether or not a candidate has a degree. It's not even guaranteed getting your master's will mean you'll be successful, have a good career. I mean, it does depend on what you do. But really, I feel like I've been, bamboozled. I've been lied to, like literally. It's crazy.
You know what I've realized is the $80K that I'm in debt for college, I could have got the 2023 Ford fucking Bronco that I wanted. I don't care what anybody says, a college degree is useless. I said what I said, it's useless. You're telling me that I'm gonna apply to all these jobs, pay a shit ton of money for this fucking piece of paper that's not even gonna work. If I get one more fucking email that says, I'm sorry, we went with another candidate. We will keep you for other job opportunities. No, it's good, dude. It's good. I'm just gonna go back in my bed and cry. Because I was lied to.
The job market is actually going to make me crash out because I graduated last year, okay? I graduated with a degree in marketing and a degree in management. I did 2 majors, and I was promised a job. I was promised if you joined student orgs, recruiters would love that. Bet. I joined 4. I was promised if you go above and beyond in your education, recruiters would love that. Bet. I went to Europe twice to study abroad. I was promised if I was involved in school, for example, like me being a TA, I was that in school too, I'll get a job. I was promised a whole bunch of things. If I did everything right. I did everything. I had internships too. I had about 3 internships, 4 if you include my teacher assistant role. And I was promised to get a job. And unfortunately, it's been a year of job hunting. I've been rejected by over 200 companies. So what do you do in that situation? What do you do when you're promised all of these things, but none of those things happen? You've basically been lied to. My goal was to work corporate for 2 years, pay off my student loans, live at home, but unfortunately that's not the case. Unfortunately, I'm living at home still, and instead of paying off my student loans, it's accumulating debt as we speak. And it's like, what do you do? What do you do? You're saying Gen Z doesn't want to work. All these people are saying oh, Gen Z doesn't want to work. Dude, we want to work. You just think we're underqualified. You're saying entry-level role, but wanting 5 years of experience, wanting a master's degree, wanting 50 different certifications. What? And then you also say entry-level role, but then that role consists of you doing 5 different jobs, 5 different separate jobs for that role. It's like, dude, what do you do in that situation? Because like, honestly, it's just annoying, and it's making me thinking about just doing a career change. I mean, I am about to do my master's very, very soon, and doing it in a different area of business, because like, I just don't know. I don't know what to do. If it sounds like you, like, you're not alone. And it really puts you in a position of like, wow, I really thought that I was going to be secure after college, after doing everything right. But unfortunately, when you do everything right, you still don't get nothing. Doesn't make sense. I don't know. F this, bro. F this, for real.
I'm not gonna sit here and cry, but I got laid off of my first post-grad job and the one that took me 5 months to find that I moved to New York City for. Basically, it's not my fault before we start. I worked for a startup and they didn't have the workload or the bandwidth that they needed to train me and to give me work to do. Like, I wasn't doing anything that I was hired to do, and I was really wanting to learn. So I was thinking in my head that I wanted a job with more responsibilities anyways, but come January 2nd, I need a new job and I don't have one. I even told most of my friends, if I post this, it's because I actually thought it through. Getting laid off before the holidays, that means the hiring processes stop right before Christmas, and then they go all the way till January 2nd, and then they pick back up. And it's still gonna probably be 2-3 week process to hire and onboard for a new job. So that's the time frame I'm looking at, and I can't wait that long. I need a job immediately. The job that I was working 9 to 5 from, I wasn't making enough to live. I don't have a savings because of that job. Like, the salaries that people are making with a degree right now after college is just not okay. We're working so much, and I still don't have an emergency fund. I don't, because I wasn't making enough to save any of it. Everything was going towards living and expenses and commuting and everything else. And to go through the whole entire hiring process again is going to actually kill me. It's so defeating. It's so disappointing. And it makes you feel like you're not good enough. And I know that I am. I know that I'm a hard worker. And my boss literally said that I'm one of the smartest people he's ever had work under him. And he knows that I'm going to land on my feet and he'll give me a great referral to anybody. So don't start. I have a degree. I've done everything I'm supposed to do. I had 2 internships. I built a portfolio. I worked freelance out of school because I was building my portfolio, taking the time, did things for free. I have done everything I possibly could have. And it's still not enough. Putting yourself in debt to go to college and you still can't find a job that pays enough for you to live and have a balance with life too. It's like, I'm just hoping that this is just a transition period. So come on, welcome to me trying to find another job, and maybe I'll nanny, maybe I'll serve until I find another full-time position that's in marketing. That's something that I want to do. If you know any marketing positions hiring, any social media, digital marketing hiring, let me know. But I just wanted to be like completely transparent because that's just what I do. And if you want to listen, there you go.
So I just got laid off, which is super weird. I can't say it was like 100% unexpected. Sorry, the hiccups. You know what's going on at the company, and everything, but it still is like, you don't think it's actually going to happen. Sorry, playing back there. The whole company is gone. Everyone. I mean, it's not just me. It's everyone at the company is gone. It got shut down. So, I mean, obviously I'm going to look for jobs. I looked a little bit. There's really not too much out there. And I see a lot of the, videos on TikTok of people talking about doing this for months and submitting hundreds of resumes and stuff. So I think, for a bit, I mean, my TikTok's just kind of whatever. I think for a bit, I'm going to talk about this and kind of share, my kind of, journey over the next, weeks, months, whatever it ends up being this is the first time it's ever happened to me. I'm 35. I've always had a job. I'm a molecular biologist, so it's not like there's a bajillion, jobs for that out there, but there's always been something. And so I'm gonna see what happens, and hopefully, we figure it out. I have a little bit of, content creation and stuff I do. It's never ever something I thought I would do full time. But I'm gonna lean a little more into that as this develops, and just see how it goes. So I'll keep you updated. Wish me luck.
My role got pretty rocked this week because I got laid off from my corporate job after working there for nearly 6 years. So I wanted to tell you some of the story because it's kind of ironic, but also I just want to share how I'm feeling about everything and what's next. My team was terminated due to budget cuts on April Fool's Day. At the time, several other projects were being terminated as well, and in all of that chaos, apparently ours was accidentally terminated. So 15 minutes later, we were reinstated while the project figured out what they wanted to do. Talk about a sick joke. All we were told is to just keep working as best we could, and then more information will be coming as soon as possible. Flash forward to this week, the project did ultimately decide to terminate, and since there wasn't another project for me to hop onto, my role was terminated as well. I'm obviously bummed about losing my job. I loved my teammates and I loved my manager, and I really did value the work that we were doing. But aside from the initial shock and disappointment, really I'm just very grateful for this community that I've built online, and honestly humbled by the sheer number of people who are either going through this right now or have dealt with a layoff in the past. I feel very privileged to have my social media career and my community, so it's hard for me to feel bad for myself when I know that there are so many people out there, including people I work directly with, who are going through it much worse than I am. I truly believe that this is forcing me to step out of my comfort zone and look at new opportunities that I absolutely would not have looked at if I wasn't in this situation. As for what's next, to be honest, I'm not fully sure yet, but what I do know is that I'm going to be fine, and I'm definitely going to keep documenting my journey with you all. And hey, maybe I'll finally have time to write that novel I've been teasing for so long. I do want to thank all of you for the love and support over the years, and especially those who went out of their way to send me a kind and encouraging comment or DM yesterday. I've always said that my little corner of the internet is the most kind and supportive out there, and right now I'm choosing to find the silver lining and make the most out of a not so great situation. So strap in, folks, and follow along because there is a lot more coming. Love you. Bye.
Recent college grad looking for a job, and today I learned that not only are we competing with all of the people last year who couldn't get jobs, we are also competing with people who are currently working in entry-level jobs and looking to switch companies because their companies aren't promoting them because the market is so bad. A recruiter I just got off the phone with told me that I'm going up against someone who has 2 years of postgraduate full-time work experience, and I just don't know how I'm supposed to compete with that.
It's been over a month and a half probably, since I came back from Thailand, and I'm still looking for a job. I applied to 11 jobs online. 11. 11 jobs. Not a single acceptance. Not a single. Sorry. Your days. Sorry this. Sorry that. I called people I know. Yeah? Yo, can you find me a job? Can I maybe work for you? You can pay me less. Pay me less than the national minimum wage. Can I just work for you? I want to be employed. I want to have a job. No. They either full the days I can do, which is Monday to Friday. No. I've got memberships to pay. I've got dates I want to go on. I've got holidays that I want to go on. But I've got no money. I've got no job. I'm trying to get a job. I'm trying to enjoy my life here with the money I'm going to earn. I want to earn my money because TikTok's not paying me enough. But the UK job market is so cheeks. Nobody's hiring. Oh, you gotta be 18 plus. You can't be 17. Insurance policy. Like, bro, where else am I meant to work? How am I gonna get money, yeah? My parents ain't gonna give me anything. Like, bro, tried to ask him for a $5. Nah, mate. Get your own money. Like, bro.
Bro, finding a job nowadays is so fucking cooked. Like, I swear. Hold on, wait, let me fix my camera. Hold on, wait, hold on. Wait, what? It's not. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Damn, fuck. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. There we go. Fuck, okay, hold on. Okay, fuck. Okay, hold on. Is that... Nah, I don't like it like that. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Fuck, never mind, that's not gonna work. Okay, hold on. Fuck. Right there? No. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Fuck. Okay, hold on. And there's no time for the video. Okay, fuck this.
No, but for real, can we talk about what the fuck is going on right now with this fuck-ass job market? I have been applying to fucking 30 to 40 jobs every single fucking day. And just last week, I had 2 interviews. Just 2 out of the hundreds of applications that I've submitted. And these fuck-ass interviews, yeah, they're not good. And then they hit you back with these fuck ass emails saying, we've decided to move in a different direction. What direction is that, bitch? I need a job. Somebody told me that they're using like AI or something to determine like certain criteria based off keywords or some shit like that. And if that's the fucking case, count your fucking days, AI. So yeah, I hope I'm not the only one that's going through this shit because I am fucking fed up, tired, annoyed. I have a bachelor's degree and I'm getting my master's right now. Is this what I have to fucking look forward to when I graduate with a master's? I need a fucking drink.
Y'all, I feel like I need to start being a job reference for people for like $30. Like, I've been getting a lot of requests lately. Like, hey, can you be a reference for me? Like, I used to be a store manager at Dairy Queen, so I get a lot of like former employees that text me like, hey, I put you down as a reference. Maybe for random people, I'm not saying like my former employees, I'm saying for random people, I could like be a reference for randos and charge them like $30 a listing or something like that. Like, I could just be a random job reference for people. I feel like that would be a good business to get into.
Man, I don't see how y'all motherfuckers with no job like this shit. Like having no job, boy, I be bored as fuck. What the fuck? Man, hell no, I can't be doing this shit, bro. I was already bored at home, goddamn. I had to get out the house. Get some goddamn fresh shit and shit, you feel what I'm saying? I don't know how y'all motherfuckers with no job like this shit, bro. I can't do this shit. Hell no. Fuck that, bro. I gotta be doing something. Had to go take me a little walkie, you feel what I'm saying? I can't just be at home, bro. I gotta be doing something, bro. Fuck all that. Hey, you tell me.
So I don't know if other people experience this, but every time I apply, okay, so I have a weird name. My name is Taffany. It's like Daphne, but with a T. It's Tafne. And every time I apply somewhere, I get rejected so quick. I don't know if it's the job market or if it's my name, but, you know, I did like a little experiment where I changed the name to Kaylee Weaver instead of Taffany Lopez. And tell me why I received a call. Like, they left me a voicemail and I was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't be working there if they called Kaylee Weaver and not Taffany Lopez. But maybe I'm just tripping. I don't know. Let me know if anyone else has experienced this. But yeah.
So, the 2025 job market sucks. Everyone knows that. But I wanted to know, and I wanted to ask people, since everyone is having such a hard time looking for their next employment or for their next job, how long did it actually take you to land that next role? Because I've been applying since December of last year, so December of 2024, and even though I have had several interviews, I still do not have an offer. And I really never experienced such difficulty finding full-time employment or employment at all through my professional career. So just let me know. For people in New York City, how long did it take you before you landed your next role?
I want to quit my serving job so bad, okay? But then I get on this app and every single day there are people being like, I just got laid off. Well, didn't see that coming. They just laid off half the company. Or I've been unemployed for 3 months. I've sent out thousands of job applications, been through dozens of interviews, or I can't even get an interview. I've been unemployed for months. And I'm always like, fuck. I guess I live to see another shift. But I really, it's like sucking the life out of me, the soul. Like I don't know what to do. Because I can't be unemployed, but I also like literally can't do this anymore. Like if you work in the service industry, then you know that like it gets to a point where you're like, if I don't take a break, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna end up in somebody's viral video online because it just sucks so bad. But I don't know what to do because I also don't think that I could get a job in the corporate world because apparently people who have experience in the corporate world can't even get jobs there. So, anyways. I live to see another shift. I'll be there tonight. 3:15.
As someone who used to get whatever job she applied for, I'm telling you guys, something ain't right. Now, I'm not even getting interviews. Like, people really aren't even interviewing. I'm telling you right now, my resume is top notch. I know how to sell myself into a company. Like, I used to study companies when I would apply to them so that I could literally make myself be like, I'm literally going to aid your company, like, hire me. And I'm not kidding, I used to get every job that I ever wanted. I have been applying places higher than my skill set, for sure. But even places not, like, I applied to be a bartender somewhere, you guys. a bartender. I've been serving since high school. These jobs won't even give you a call back. They won't even email you back, like nothing. It is so weird out here.
Okay, if you're seeing this video, I need you to listen the F up because I need to know what are we doing for jobs and careers these days that are paying you over 100K where you're not sitting in an office staring at the computer screen every day, Monday through Friday. Like, to be honest, the job market sucks. We all know that. If you ask me what my dream job is, it's literally not working, but unfortunately that's not possible until I find a rich man and can be a stay-at-home wife. Yeah, I am so over working. I have a degree in marketing and fashion merchandising, but ever since I've graduated, I've just been in the construction industry. I've been in that industry for like 5 years now. I've done inside sales, logistics, and outside sales. And I hate the industry. I want to get into something completely different. I feel like it's so difficult to try to break into a new industry, but sales experience is transferable, but it's so tough in this job market. And I just don't even know like what I even want to do. All I know is that I want to do something that's a little more like, I'm going to say like girly pop and glamorous because I work in the construction industry and it's literally going to job sites wearing a fucking hard hat and steel toe boots. Like, I'm not trying to do that anymore. So I want something that's like better suited for me and my personality that pays well, where it's either like a hybrid situation or you're like fully remote or you're like out in the field a couple of days a week and from home a couple of days a week. I don't know. I just don't know what I want to do, and something that pays well, because it's like all these jobs don't pay well. I thought about like medical device sales, but that just seems like they're all about the hustle culture. And like, to be fully transparent, like I don't really want to work for somewhere that's like, oh, the hustle culture. Like, I'm just kind of over that. Like, I just want a job that like what are you guys doing that you actually, I get like a lot of people don't enjoy working, but what are you guys doing that's tolerable, that you don't hate your life every second of the day, that provides good benefits, good pay, and good like work-life balance? I don't even know if that's a possible thing to find these days. I also live in New York, so you think that like there would be a ton of options here, but the job market is just a struggle everywhere, and I need to get out because I'm so tempted just to quit my job and try to figure it out, but I literally can't do that. So let me know. I'm also like not opposed to going back to school for like a 2-year degree or something, like a degree that I could get from like a community college or like a technical school to do something like that, like to do something. I don't know. I just want something that is going to pay 100K at least. And actually, well, not even that. At this point, like I would be willing to take a pay cut too, if like the option to then make more is there and quick, if that makes sense. So please let me know what you guys are doing, because I just don't even know. I'm so lost. And I'm literally about to be 30 years old, and I just feel like this is not where I should be.
How are other people with less skills than you and less education, less experience, less qualifications, less requirements, less everything? How are those people getting jobs over you, making more than you, going further than you? It's a little ridiculous to think about. Have you ever sat there and really tried to figure it out, what you could possibly be missing in this job market when you actually fit the job description? Whereas other people who you've seen don't fit at all, don't have your background, don't have the background on the job description, and they're getting positions that you can't even get a call back for. They're not only getting a call back to the interview, they're landing it, they're working it. And they're really not doing that great of a job, but they still have it and they still keep it. And now you're frustrated, thinking that you're just going to have to be stuck in your current position, underpaid and overworked for the rest of forever because you can't seem to get any information about what you're doing wrong. Let me tell you, this giant job seeker issue is what I address with my clients in one-on-one sessions, because the majority of job seekers have absolutely no clue why they're being stifled in this job market, because they're a high-level candidate. They actually fit the job description. You're applying to all the positions. You put in the applications, you put in the work, you switch your resume around, you make it match the job description, you reach out to recruiters even though they don't respond back to you. You have no clue how that could equal 0 calendar invites, 0 callbacks, 0 interviews. You have no idea. And I'm going to tell you what it is. Literally, you lack clarity. Your marketing strategy lacks clarity. The people that you're trying to sell to don't understand what you're selling to them. And here's the reason why. One of the biggest issues that job seekers who struggle in the job market have is that they do not know how to curate their offer or their skill, their labor to a specific buyer. They try to hit everything. It's like you're blind trying to hit a moving target, no ableism. You know, it's like you really just cannot see where you're going because you haven't made it very clear yet to yourself. And then how could you then do it outside of yourself to somebody else? You don't really know what your value is or what your offer is to your client, to your customer, to your buyer, to your audience. So you're just trying to get anything. You're applying to a bunch of things. You have a bunch of things in your headline or looking for work. That doesn't mean anything to anybody. You do not know how to execute your sales strategy. That's the problem. It's because people don't see what you're selling. They don't know what you're selling. They don't know the benefit that they're going to get. Because you're not focusing on their benefits. You're focusing on the, oh my gosh, I need a job because I hate my current one and it doesn't pay me enough. I don't want to stay here forever and this is awful. And, you know, I'm scared about the layoffs. So I'm trying to get out of here quickly and I don't even like my boss. And you're focusing on yourself when you need to focus on your buyer, what your buyer's going to get, what transformation are they going to get. When you do not execute that well, you let other people who don't even fit the job description get the job over you because they know how to curate the information. They take these tips at Andrew's Writer. They literally get my coaching and they figure out how to beat people like you who do fit the job description, but don't know how to fit the sales strategy the company needs in order to feel comfortable investing in you. And that's your issue and that's your problem. And that is something we can fix one-on-one together, because it really comes to a point in time where you need to just sit there and be like, I'm getting this wrong and I'm wasting money and time every single day that I lose an opportunity, or I apply to a job that I could have got, but I didn't apply to it correctly. That's wasting your time and money, because there are 6-figure remote jobs that you already fit that you could already get. But if you keep doing the exact same thing over and over and over again, just applying and hoping and praying, spray and pray, you're going to be on the job hunt for a very, very, very long time. So no, you do not put every single thing you've ever done on your resume. You do not put every single thing you've ever done in your life, including all the LinkedIn courses and certifications and Coursera's that you got because you didn't think you had any value, all over your resume and LinkedIn, and then apply to a position that is not relevant to the role you want. You change your information to be relevant. Whatever you have that's not relevant, you take it off and you implement creative storytelling. You implement what is relevant so that your buyer will see a benefit in purchasing your product, your service, your labor. You cannot keep doing the thing that you have been doing and then sitting there wondering, oh my God, why am I not getting hired? Because the people who are getting hired over you, who don't have your skill set or talent, they're taking my coaching advice, they're implementing it, and they're landing positions quickly in the exact same job market that you are struggling in. That is how.
You know how I know DEI is up? I was applying for jobs, y'all, and of course I was put in black, because I'm black and I'm proud. I was not getting no calls back. Matter of fact, like maybe 4 or 5 hours later, they were saying they were moving on with another candidate. I swear. I start putting 2 or more races or other on my application. They were calling me back the next morning. Y'all, I got a job. I have a whole job. I start next week.
I would love to not have my only job be doing TikTok, because having 2 incomes right now would be fucking fantastic. Unfortunately, I can't do that because entry-level positions just don't exist anymore. Unless you want to work at like the base level of like a fast food place or a retail store or something like that, nobody's gonna hire you unless you have 14 years of experience, 3 references, at least a bachelor's degree, probably most likely a master's degree. Like, you can't do anything. I was an assistant manager at my last job for 2 years. That was at a movie theater. I'm applying for assistant manager positions at like department stores, retail stores, food places, any other place you could possibly be an assistant manager at. And they're like, oh, we're sorry, you don't have enough qualifications. What the fuck do you mean? What is the difference between being an assistant manager at one place and an assistant manager at another place? How big a deal could your fucking job be? Assistant manager at Sky Zone. Oh my gosh, I'm sure that comes with a lot of responsibilities. You gotta fucking clean the ball pit occasionally?
How do we go from a couple years ago, everyone deciding not to work like these lower tier minimum wage jobs that paid horrible, to now people with degrees begging for those type of jobs and getting denied? I'm not gonna lie, I think this is some type of humiliation ritual for the stuff that we put corporate through a couple years ago. You know what's crazy? Wages are somehow staying lower or being stagnant when inflation keeps going up and up and up and up. You would deadass look at the worst job posting you ever seen on LinkedIn and see 200 plus applied. It was posted 2 hours ago. We gotta do something, bro.
I just need to get something off of my chest because it's been pissing me the fuck off for the longest, but I have nowhere else to really talk about it, and I feel like here maybe some people will relate to me or understand me. I don't know. I don't really care. I just need to let it off my chest. It is so irritating when people ask me over and over again, Oh, I'm surprised you're still here. Have you been applying for jobs? What's your degree in again? What jobs are you looking for? What's something you want to do? Are you planning on staying here forever? Shut the fuck up and stop fucking asking me these stupid questions, because literally, I don't even know. I don't even know. And before y'all say, oh, you can't get jobs because you're not trying hard enough, I'm probably not. I'm not unemployed. I have a job. I live in an apartment. Me and my man, we have a cat. We have an apartment. I have my own personal expenses. I need money, so I stay at the job I've had for the past 3 years. I don't see a problem. Just because I didn't graduate and move on to something else, y'all have to ask me 55 million times when I'm getting another job and make me feel like shit, because I'm gonna be 23 in like 15 days. And I don't have a big girl job yet. I don't understand why it's like such a big question. I know people probably mean well by it, but it's irritating as fuck, and I hate that question because I don't even know what I want to do either. It stresses me out every day. I don't sit at my computer for hours at a time every single day because I'm not unemployed, because it destroys my mental health to think about working for the rest of my life like that, and for sitting at a computer all day on my days off. I'm not just going to sit there and apply and apply and apply. Literally, when I was in college, my professors and stuff would say to all of us, just because you're getting a bachelor's in psychology doesn't mean you can't get any jobs. You can get HR jobs, whatever jobs. And I was like, oh, okay, that seems cool for me, because I want to do like receptionist jobs, stuff like that. That seems cool to me. It's not that easy, because I've literally gotten a comment on here before like, oh, it's because your major's in psychology and you're not going to extra school. No, I don't want to go to extra school because I have about $25,000 in loans due. And I have to start paying them in basically a month. And I have to start finding a plan and paying $100 a month all the way up till I'm 30-some fucking years old. So no, I don't want to go to more school because I'm not rich and I'm not paying for all that shit. And I don't want to be a therapist. I never did. I picked psychology because I thought it was interesting. For everyone that asks me, why'd you pick psychology? Because it's interesting to me. I wanted to learn about psychology so I could apply it to my everyday life. And I was told in school that I could get jobs with that. Here's the thing. Every time I apply to places, and I've applied to a lot of places, don't get me wrong, I got rejected to be a receptionist 2 times. I applied at Target long before the job I have now. Rejected. I applied at Starbucks. Rejected. I applied for administrative assistant at many places, and my resume is good, and I have, my degree on there and everything, and my GPA, and my education, and my work experience, all that stuff. Applied to be an administrative assistant, didn't even get nothing. Got an email immediately, we're not hiring right now, or we're not looking for you right now. I applied to different places, a lot of them, you got an email from LinkedIn saying, oh, they viewed your profile, but I didn't get a call back, anything. And all the interviews I did get didn't make it past, like, the first stage, or I got rejected. So it's not as easy as y'all think to get a job. Why is it such like a question? Like, why are you like, I'm surprised you're still here. I'm going to stay there until I find something that works for me. My dream is not to work for the rest of my life. My dream is to be an influencer, to be a content creator, to make content people enjoy, to make people happy, and to make money off of TikTok or Instagram or whatever. That's my dream. I've said this a million times. Call me fucking stupid. I don't fucking care, because it's my dream. I want to be a content creator, and I'm going to work hard at this, and I'm trying. I'm going to believe that one day my account will grow from the number it's stuck at up. Until then, I need money. So yes, I'm going to stay at the same job for now until I find other jobs. Like, I just need to get this off my chest somewhere, because I get asked this all the time, and it's by people in high school or just starting college. Like, you don't understand right now because you're in school. I didn't understand either. I thought, oh, I don't know what I want to do, but the second I get out, I'm going to apply to anything and I'll get it because I have a college degree. That's what my dad said. That's what, people say. Not true. So I just want to say that, if you continually ask someone when they're going to leave the job, it makes them really think that you don't want them there anymore. And that's kind of hurtful, but at the same time, it's also kind of annoying because I keep having to explain myself over and over again. So I'm just going to put this out there. This is my life story. I'm very stressed out. I don't know what I want to do. Being in your 20s is not easy. Just let me live. Or maybe someone will relate. Like, have you graduated college or high school, whatever your situation is, and you're still at the same job you've had for however many years when you were in high school or college, and you're still there and people are asking you when you're leaving? Because if so, like, let me know if I'm just crazy and just, like, not, like, in a good mood today. because that could be it too. But this has been on my mind for a while, and I just needed to let it out somewhere. I feel like I can let it out here, so please do let me know if you're relating to that, and if you watch this all the way through, and if you just feel like I'm just talking a bunch of nonsense, I don't know, maybe I am, but that was all. Bye, guys.